Hi guys, it's me again. First of all, thank you all for commenting on my previous video of my DRAWBOOK tour. Thank you for all your compliments on different areas. I am here to show you more drawings, especially that the last video was kind of cut unexpectedly because something was wrong, but that's okay. If you didn't see, just check it out right now. It will be somewhere. In the description, definitely it will be there. And let's just go back to this DRAWBOOK. We will start from what we finished on last time. And I'm talking about this. So this drawing also is connected with this butterfly symbolism. This one is connected with a poem that I wrote. This poem is in Polish, so I would like to share it with you, but I don't see any sense in that. Maybe I will just tell you briefly about it. This poem is about a butterfly that suddenly felt like life was hard and didn't quite see why, because nobody else would share those emotions and sympathize with it. So this butterfly was struggling, and suddenly it appeared that it had such troubles with flying because it was in the water. Its wings weren't, adapted to swim into the water, so that's why it just drowned. Nobody really would notice because, it was so similar to other fishes. So this is the story behind it. I obviously connected with it quite deeply. Okay, the next one. The next one is like this. Yeah. This one is the representation of how I handled life, because my problem was that I just was doing too much. Which it might be a weird statement for some, because lots of people have problems with procrastinating and stuff like this, while I am a person that really doesn't procrastinate. I rarely don't finish my projects on time, and that was exactly the same in the time when I was keeping this journal. And this drawing is from 2014, and well, I was just obsessed with doing things. I felt that if I would do everything that I planned, I would be satisfied, and thanks to it I would somehow achieve happiness, which was bullshit. It was bullshit, like, believe me, it doesn't work like this. I thought that maybe I would be happier if I achieved something, but no, I would be happier if I contacted with my emotions and faced them and deal with them, which I wasn't doing. I was very greedy, but also hardworking, I was just really, I was doing something all the time. But it was wrong. Although, I can thank my past self for, studying a lot, because it gave me some base to what I am studying right now. I have some things done already, but it cost me a lot. Okay, the next one is very cool. So, look at this. Yeah. I don't know if you recognize some paintings of Jesus that are similar to how this drawing is composed. I remember that when I was a child, my parents made me go to church, and in this church there was a painting exactly like this. My drawing is not supposed to be religious or anything. I just use this symbolism because the blue and the red light is supposed to symbolize his judgment over us. And there you have a child that is looking at you from above. He's looking on you down upon, plus there are those lights, so it means that this child is judging you. And that was exactly my message, that children really are judging you and what you are doing, no matter if you are, a lot older than them. They already have their judgment, and it's not like you can mislead them so quickly. They are also confused, right? Like their judgment is not always accurate, but it's still some judgment. It's kind of a message to parents, maybe, that they should be careful what they are doing next to the children, because children are not so stupid. They can figure things out. Anyway, there's a comic. It's kind of well, I don't know. Okay, I will translate it because it's in Polish. So in the first picture, the guy says, "I am a human." Then on the second one, he says, "But am I sure?" Then he looks at his hand. Then this hand turns into a leaf. And then the tree says, "I don't know." And then later I was still thinking about this child problem, and I drew something like this. I mean, this is pretty expressive itself, just like this, but it's even more clear what it's supposed to be when you know one of Polish sayings. This saying goes like, "Dzieci ryby głosu nie mają." And the translation of it, like words to word, would be, "Fish and children don't have voice, and it means that, yeah, it's self-explanatory, I think. It just means that nobody listens to children, basically. I don't want to really go into details about this one, it's just, you look at it and you know what it means, I guess. I don't know, I think I will just leave this one without commentary. Okay, look at this one. So this is another one from the series I am emo as fuck. It's just the representation of how I felt when I was speaking about my emotions. I just felt like even if I was asking for help, I probably couldn't even... I just couldn't use the help that others were offering me. The thing is that maybe nobody can really help you. You have to help yourself. Like, each of us has different, you know, psyche. We feel things differently and we understand them indifferently. Of course, the support of your friends and your family is like crucial, but the decisive step you make yourself, and it's you who decides about your life, and it's you who will, you know, always be with you. You can't really depend on others because they won't be with you forever. Like, it's impossible physically. They will either leave or die. So you have to know how to handle yourself by your own. And believe me, this is not sad. This is actually a nice skill to know how to handle yourself. You know, you can't really get help from others. They only can support you, but this is you that saves yourself. Oh, okay, there's a drawing that I love. This is one of my favorites, even though it didn't require that much skill or time or anything, but I really, really love it. So look at this. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but here's a butterfly, and here's another one. And well, I was inspired by another drawing that I found in a book. I like this drawing, but I thought that I could do it better, so I just redrew it. It's again those butterflies. At this time, I thought I had struggled with my identity, kind of like. At the same time, I couldn't express my emotions so other people could understand. So if they didn't understand me, they would say that I don't understand you, or they would criticize my way of thinking, and I would feel hurt because of this, because I was like, okay, why nobody understands me? And I thought that it was because they couldn't feel like me, or that what I was feeling was kind of weird or not supposed to be there, but it totally wasn't that. It was just a matter of not believing in myself, like I wouldn't even believe myself that I would feel something. And the other thing that I couldn't communicate about it. Those two things would block the way to be understood or to feel secure in my own self, something like this. This drawing kind of represents how it feels. You want to fit in, you want to feel like others, you want to be like others because you kind of see that maybe this is more proper, that this is healthy, this is sane, but you can't. Like, you are a butterfly, and even though you shape yourself like this, you still will just not fit. You can't, because you are a living creature. It's weird how many things I could explain to myself, and even though I would still sit in the same bad situation. Theoretically, I just understand what is happening, but in practice, I just don't know what to do about it. Thinking only apparently doesn't really change anything. Okay, there's another quite complicated one. Something like this. You know, it only started from this guy. At the beginning, there was only this person. At the beginning, I just wanted to show that what we receive from the world affects our whole body, our thinking, our everything basically. But then I thought that it isn't enough to say that the world affects us. It's also good to say how it affects us. So I drew the whole background for it. At the beginning you have eyes that all go to one box. I mean bucket, it's more like a bucket. It just represents our observation. Those eyes are our observations. Then to this bucket are added emotions. You observe things and you react with emotions. You can even judge it. If it makes you angry, you think that this is maybe wrong. Or if you are surprised, you think that, oh, this is like breathtaking and stuff, like it deserves, I don't know, appreciation, for example. And stuff, you know. After that, there are questions. For example, is it wrong? Or how did he do that? Or is it possible? Or should I do the same? It just raises questions in you. You know, your observations and your emotions. And it kind of mixes together to one clear liquid. And this is then an experience. And this experience is then confronted with the world. Probably other people who will talk to you about it. So, there are words, letters, and languages that also are added into this liquid. You get to know opinions of others, you talk about it, share opinions, something like this. Next, you have words from literature. You can then read something that has been written by an expert, by somebody who is proved to know something about this topic. So you get some solid information about your experience, and you consider it as the truth. Then after that, there are stars added. And those stars are your culture or your family, those little details about your surroundings that make you a person. And after that, everything is colored, so it looks nicer, so it's more believable, so it's easier to consider as the truth. And moreover, not only truth, but something good, something right. And then we have the finished product that we can just drink and consider it as the world. So yeah, this is how you receive the world, in my opinion. How to create a universe in one drawing, a tutorial. I will show you something. Look at this. Isn't it the cutest? Do you watch Adventure Time? My favorite character is obviously LSB. Yeah, tell me what you think about the drawings, but tell me also if you watch some cartoons. I want to know you better, you know. I feel like earlier when we were doing lots of music videos, lots of people were just commenting different stuff, and I couldn't really get to know the people that really follow us. And now when I'm doing videos more about myself, there's a particular group of people that is often commenting, and then I feel like I really get to know you better, you know, like we are kind of friends or something like this. Not friends because it's not that close relationship, but it feels like a club or something like this. And I like it. So yeah, it was nice to talk to you, and see you next time, because there is definitely going to be another video about it. So yeah, thank you for listening. And again, wasn't there somebody knocking on your door? Hi, there's one thing that I need to say, because one of my friends told me that what I said in the last video kind of sounded like I used to think that gender roles don't exist, and now I don't think so anymore. So at this time also, I was kind of trying to convince every person that I met that gender is just an imaginary thing. And I must admit that I did say that not quite clearly, so now I would just correct myself. I just want to emphasize that I do not support, you know, categorizing people. I am totally against it. I think that everyone is an individual, and really genders don't say much about a person. It doesn't really describe a person. It doesn't determine your personality. It doesn't determine anything. So that's something that I wanted to point out, because I want everyone to feel freely in their body. So yeah, just be happy about who you are, regardless of gender and what other people say to you about the expectations and stuff. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you feel, and total acceptance here. So yeah, that's something that I wanted to say. So yeah, bye 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 bye.